Hi, I'm Greg Hough. I'm a member of Crossroads Church. This is my story. I've been married 30 years to Brenda Hough, and we first came to Crossroads Church in 1996. How did we get here? Brenda and I had both come from good, loving, caring families, but unchurched families. And we just thought we wanted to give our kids a chance at something we never had growing up. So as we wanted to find a church, we live in Imperial, been there 20 years, and going home every day on 22, you'd go by this sign that would say, Future Home of Crossroads Church. So in 1996, after the church had been built for a year, we walked through the front doors because a neighbor, Bonnie Gregg on our street, had invited Brenda, mentioned to Brenda that she served here in the preschool, and it was a great church and we ought to check it out. So we walked in, and the first time we walked in, we said, boy, that music's loud. But it really was great. Can't say my life was totally moved to give my life over to Christ because I walked through the door not a Christian yet. We just continued coming. I continued to have an open heart. Had people invite us to serve and volunteer, and through those processes, by continuing to show up with an open heart, listening to great sermons, great teaching, I started to draw closer to Christ. It took me a couple of years to get to a small group, open my life up more to Christ as the center of it. Ended up becoming a part of a men's small group, and now I'm a small group leader for a men's small group. It's interesting, I just spent the past weekend out of town and was with friends that I've been friends for over 30 years, and they know me well. They're not churchgoers. And they can see that I'm the same person, but they can see I'm a different person, and how Christ has changed my life, and how I choose to do things, how I think about things, how I spend my time. It's about doing what Christ calls me to do, what He wants me to do, and the steps I take each day to be obedient to what He calls me to.